Have you ever felt like life is just too much? Like you're constantly reacting to everything, stress, people, pressure, and slowly losing control over your own emotions? What if I told you that emotional strength doesn't come from being unshakable? It comes from mastering your response, no matter how turbulent the storm. In this video, we're diving into 10 powerful Stoic habits that will help you build deep emotional strength. Habits that can transform how you live, how you think, and how you feel. These aren't just ancient ideas. They're practical, proven mindsets you can start applying today. So if you're ready to stop being ruled by the outside world and start mastering your inner one, let's begin. 1. Control only what you can control. The Stoic secret to inner freedom. In a world full of uncertainty, chaos, and endless noise, the strongest person is not the one who controls everything, but the one who controls themselves. We often believe that peace and happiness will come when everything around us is perfect, when people behave the way we want, when life unfolds according to our plan, when outcomes match our expectations. But here's the hard truth. Most things in life are not under our control. Other people's opinions, their actions, the state of the world, the ups and downs of fortune, none of these are ours to command. This realization, though uncomfortable, is deeply liberating. Because once you stop trying to control what was never yours, you start discovering your real power. The power over your own mind, over your own choices, over your own reaction to every storm life throws at you. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." Those 9 words hold the key to emotional strength. You can't control whether someone likes you, but you can control whether you live with integrity. You can't control whether a business deal succeeds, but you can control how hard you prepare. You can't control whether life throws you pain, but you can control whether you learn, grow, and become wiser from it. Think of a ship sailing at sea. The captain cannot calm the storm or stop the winds, but he can hold the wheel steady. He can adjust the sails. He can choose courage instead of panic. That's you. Life may bring waves of stress, betrayal, loss, rejection, but your response is your power. No one can take that away from you. When you internalize a Stoic habit, to focus only on what's within your control, something profound happens. You stop being a victim. You stop wasting your energy trying to bend the world to your will, and instead you begin mastering your will in the face of the world. That is emotional strength. That is unshakable power. The world may be noisy, but your mind can be still. The world may be cruel, but you can choose kindness. The world may be chaotic, but you can live with purpose, dignity, and self-respect. Your freedom begins when you draw the line between what's yours and what's not, and you commit to ruling the one kingdom that's always been yours, yourself. So remember this, the strongest people aren't those who control the world. They're the ones who've learned to control their thoughts, their words, and their reactions. Control what you can, let go of what you can't, and watch your emotional strength rise like a mountain in a storm. Point 2. Master your emotions before they master you. The inner battle of the strong. Emotions are powerful. They can lift us to incredible joy or drag us into overwhelming despair. But here's a truth that every emotionally strong person knows. If you don't master your emotions will master you. The Stoics taught that while emotions are natural, fear, anger, sadness, jealousy, they must never be the ones holding the reins of your life. Because the moment you let your emotions dictate your decisions, your peace, or your self-worth, you become a puppet in the hands of impulse. And that is not strength. That is slavery. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let that sink in. Your anger does not have to control your mouth. Your sadness does not have to become your identity. Your fear does not have to make your choices for you. To be emotionally strong is not to feel nothing. It is to feel deeply, but respond wisely. It is to create space between what you feel and what you do. That space, that pause, is where your power lives. It is in that pause that you choose who you are becoming. Picture this. Someone insults you, tries to provoke you. Your heart beats faster. Your pride rises. You want to snap back, to prove your worth. But in that moment, if you pause, if you breathe, if you remind yourself, this person does not control me, my peace is not for sale, then you have won, not them, you. Or imagine a wave of sadness crashes over you after failure. You feel lost, broken, but instead of drowning in self-pity, you sit with the pain. You ask, what is this teaching me? You choose reflection over reaction. You rise. That's emotional strength. Emotions are messengers, not masters. They tell you something important, but they don't have the right to drive your life. The Stoics didn't suppress their emotions. They observed them. They questioned them. They trained their minds to act in accordance with reason, not impulse. And you can do the same. You can become the calm in the chaos. You could be the one who walks away from provocation with dignity. The one who feels fear, but still moves forward. The one who feels anger, but chooses grace. To be emotionally strong is to own your reactions. To not let people or events pull strings inside you like a puppet. It's to say, I will not give my power to this moment. I choose who I am. So when the next emotional storm hits, pause, breathe, observe, and remember, you are not your anger. You are not your anxiety. You are not your sadness. You are the one who watches, who learns, and who chooses a higher road. That's what it means to master your emotions. That's what it means to be truly strong. 3. Stop seeking validation. Approve of yourself first. We live in a world obsessed with approval. How many likes did your post get? How many people praise your idea? Who noticed your success? But here's a truth that can set you free. Emotionally strong people do not need the applause of the crowd to feel worthy. They validate themselves first. You see, when your self-worth depends on the opinions of others, you give away the keys to your peace. One criticism can shatter you. One cold look can ruin your day. One rejection can make you question your entire value. That's not strength, that's dependence. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Why? Because growth requires freedom from needing approval. It requires courage to be misunderstood. And that courage can only come when you've learned to say to yourself, I am enough, even when no one claps. Think about it. The greatest people in history, the ones who truly changed the world, were often ridiculed, ignored, even hated. Socrates was sentenced to death for speaking truth. Buddha walked away from a palace full of comfort to seek inner truth. Indian saints like Kabir and Mirabai were criticized for breaking social norms. But they didn't stop. Why? Because their approval came from within. When you seek validation from others, your emotional state becomes fragile. You're constantly adjusting, performing, pleasing, trying to fit into boxes others have built. But emotionally strong people build their own mirror. They ask themselves, did I do my best? Did I act with integrity? Am I growing into the person I want to be? And if the answer is yes, that is enough. This doesn't mean you reject feedback or become arrogant. No, it means you stop letting external opinions define your internal worth. It means you stop chasing praise like a drug. Instead, you focus on your values, your progress, your truth. So next time you feel that pull, that craving for someone to notice you, like you, praise you, pause. Ask yourself, even if no one claps for me, will I still keep going? And if the answer is yes, you are already emotionally strong. The day you no longer need the world's permission to believe in yourself. That is the day you are free. Point 4. Embrace discomfort. Growth lies beyond the easy. We are wired to seek comfort. Warm beds, familiar routines, easy paths. And yet, here's the paradox. The more you chase comfort, the weaker you become. The more you avoid discomfort, the more life begins to control you. Emotionally strong people understand something crucial. Discomfort isn't the enemy. It's the training ground of strength. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once wrote, set aside a certain number of days during which you should be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, is this the condition I feared? Why did he say this? Because when you face discomfort on purpose, you begin to see it doesn't break you, it builds you. Emotionally strong people don't run from the hard stuff. They run toward it. They lean into the uncomfortable conversation. They choose the cold shower. They start the business that might fail. They walk away from the toxic relationship even when it hurts. Why? Because they know what lies on the other side: growth, clarity, and inner peace. Discomfort is the price of transformation. Think of the butterfly. It doesn't grow wings in the warmth of safety. It wrestles in a dark cocoon, struggling to break free. That struggle is not an obstacle, it's the way. Without it, the wings would never form. In Indian spiritual tradition, sages would meditate in the forest, enduring cold, hunger, solitude, not because they were punishing themselves, but because they were freeing themselves. They were training their minds to stop being slaves to desire and fear. That is strength. Today, most people numb discomfort with distractions, endless scrolling, overreading, procrastination. But emotionally strong people sit with it. They breathe through it, and they ask, what is this discomfort teaching me? What part of me is being asked to grow? Growth does not come wrapped in comfort. It comes wrapped in resistance, in effort, in uncertainty. The Stoics taught us to welcome voluntary hardship, not to suffer unnecessarily, but to develop resilience, to become unshakable. So, if you're feeling discomfort, don't run. Get curious. Get bold. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. The pain you feel today may just be the doorway to the strength you'll live with forever. 5. Stop reacting. Start responding with intention. One of the greatest signs of emotional strength is this: you don't let external chaos create internal collapse. Most people are like leaves in the wind. Every insult, every delay, every change in weather or mood of others tosses them around emotionally. But the emotionally strong, they're like rooted trees. Storms come, but they remain grounded. This strength comes from one simple but powerful shift. They stop reacting impulsively and start responding intentionally. Let's make the distinction clear. Reaction is automatic. It's emotion-driven, often unconscious. Someone disrespects you, you yell back. You face failure, you panic and quit. But a response? A response is chosen. It's thoughtful. It's grounded in values, not in the heat of the moment. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And he was right. Life will always throw things at you, some unfair, some painful, but the power lies in how you choose to meet it. Emotional strength is about creating space between the trigger and your response. A breath, a pause, a moment to ask yourself, what would my highest self do right now? And then doing that, even when it's hard. Think of a candle in a dark room. A slight wind blows. The weak candle flickers, maybe even goes out. But a strong flame, it adapts, it steadies, it keeps burning. That's what emotional strength looks like. It's the fire within that you protect through awareness and intention. In Indian tradition, the Bhagavad Gita gives a beautiful concept, Sthitaprajna, one who is anchored in wisdom, not shaken by pleasure or pain. Such a person doesn't react impulsively. They respond with awareness because they are rooted in something deeper than circumstance. You can train this through mindfulness, through journaling, through stepping back before speaking, through asking, am I being driven by ego or by purpose? The more you practice, the less you become a slave to your moods, and the more you become master of your mind. So the next time you feel the urge to lash out, to complain, to crumble under stress, pause, breathe, ask yourself, who do I want to be in this moment? Then choose that, not for them, for you. Every moment is a chance to train your emotional muscles. And those who master their inner world, they become unshakable in the outer 1.6. Embrace the pain. It's making you unbreakable. There are moments in life when your heart feels like it's carrying 1,000 bricks. Days when everything hurts: rejection, betrayal, loss, failure. You ask yourself, why me? Why this? But here's a deeper truth that only emotionally strong people come to learn. Pain is not your enemy. It's your sculptor. Stoic philosopher Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. What you're going through is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to shape you. Like a sword in fire, like a diamond under pressure. You are being refined by your struggle, not ruined by it. But let's be honest. Pain doesn't feel noble when you're inside it. It feels cruel. It feels endless. And yet, if you look back, hasn't every time you were broken also been the moment something powerful awakened in you? A new insight, a new layer of strength, a new depth of compassion. Think of Lord Rama, exiled, stripped of comfort, tested by fate. Yet he didn't collapse. He embraced his path with discipline, dignity, and unwavering character. That wasn't weakness. That was inner steel. That was spiritual strength, earned through pain. The emotionally strong know this. Pain is the price of becoming who you are meant to be. They don't numb it. They don't run from it. They feel every bit of it and use it to grow, like a lotus that blooms from the mud, like a mountain carved by storms. So instead of asking, how do I escape this? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Let your tears water your roots. Let the silence between heartbeats become your sanctuary. Let rock bottom become your foundation. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits and sometimes beyond. But remember this, within you lies a wellspring of strength deeper than any storm. Every challenge, every setback, every heartbreak is not a wall, but a doorway leading you toward the greatest version of yourself. The habits we've explored today aren't just practices. They are lifelines, anchors in the raging sea of emotions. When you cultivate these habits, you don't just survive life's storms, you learn to dance in the rain. You become the calm in chaos, the light in darkness, the steady hand when everything else feels uncertain. The ancient Stoics and the revered Indian sages taught us that emotional strength is not about avoiding pain or hiding weakness. It's about embracing life fully, with courage and grace. It's about choosing how you respond when the world tries to break you. So, no matter where you are right now, feeling lost, overwhelmed, or weary, know this: you have the power to rise. You have the power to heal. You have the power to transform pain into power, fear into faith, and struggle into strength. The journey won't always be easy, but every step you take toward emotional strength is a victory. Every small act of resilience builds the fortress of your soul. And every moment you choose courage over comfort, you write a new story, one of hope, honor, and unbreakable spirit. Your emotional strength is your birthright. Claim it, own it, live it. And when the world sees you standing tall, calm, and unshaken, they will know the quiet power of a soul that refused to be defeated. Keep going. The best is yet to come. Thank you so much for watching. If this video inspired you or gave you a new perspective on emotional strength, please like, share, and subscribe. Sparkles, remember, building emotional resilience is a journey. Take it one day at a time and be kind to yourself along the way. Speech Balloon, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What habit resonates with you the most? How do you stay emotionally strong in tough times? Seedling, until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and keep growing. Take care, and see you in the next video.